Hi, I'm Deacon Curtis Boone of St. Padre Pio Parish in Kleinburg, and I'm the facilitator of the Side-by-Side Grief Support Ministry. I'd like to talk to you today about tears, crying. So many of the people that I minister to apologize for crying. Crying in our culture is seen as weakness, but really, crying is the cry of our heart. It's our emotions coming out, our grief coming out, our grief transitioning to mourning. Crying is not weakness. Crying is strength. And I need to speak to you about that today because crying goes hand in hand with being vulnerable. I've had people say to me that sometimes I feel if I start crying, I'll never be able to stop. You will stop. Crying is good for your soul. It lets the pain out. It lets you be refreshed. Try not to follow our cultural norms of thinking that crying is a sign of weakness or a sign of being inappropriate or losing control of yourself. One of the things that you need to do when you're grieving is to be vulnerable, to let the cry of your heart out. And this will mean being open and losing this control that we always try to keep. Sometimes we need to let go of that control. We need to just let ourselves feel and to be vulnerable and to be open to the experience of the pain that we're going through. Tears are strength. Tears is a measure of our grief and our love for the one that we have lost. To weep, to wail, is a cry of our soul. It's our heart breaking. And when we pour out our emotions in the form of tears and weeping, we do feel better because we are alleviated of this burden of pain that we carry. For grief to become mourning, we have to move a little bit. We have to attach ourselves to the divine. The divine momentum of God will enter into us through our faith life and allow us to pour ourselves out in mourning. Other people may be uncomfortable with your crying, with your weeping. They may tell you to stop. They may tell you that you're going on too long, that it's been too long since your loved one passed, and that your crying is not good for you. I encourage you to continue to grieve the way you need to. If you find that your grieving isolates you and gives you depressive thoughts, and that you can't stop crying, that you cry every day, day after day, you do need to reach out for help. There is a point where it becomes unhealthy. This time of weeping in your life is important. It's part of your healing journey, but it can become too much. There is a point where it becomes unhealthy. You will feel that within yourself. But the people who love you, the people who support you, they will know. They will talk to you. When someone you trust speaks to you and says, look, I think you need help, listen to them and reach out for that help. Help is essential to our healing journey, just as weeping is. The more we try to contain the pain, the more it will try to come out. And it will come out in anger and dysfunctionality. You may have seen it in your other friends. You may have seen it in yourself. Because that pain will be released and it'll find a way out. Let weeping and tears be the way for you to release this pain. I continue to pray for you. I continue to pray for your healing journey. And I wish you peace and happiness as you carry the memories of your loved one.